Hi, everybody, and we're live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and all the goods to all of you. Thank you for being here. Today, I have my business partner Andrews, who so impresses me. He was a civil engineer, and when his daughter was born, he was very sure he needed to change his life. And today, he's a stay-at-home dad. Really, it's awesome, as well as a digital business owner. So, Beena from UK. Andrew's from Melbourne and me from India. We're going to chat, and Beena and me are going to ask Andrew some questions. So, hey, Andrews, thank you so much for doing this. And I'd like to ask you, what has your journey been so far from civil engineer to stay at home dad and proud digital business owner?
Okay, thank you so much, Nandini, for the quick introduction about me. And also, hi everyone who is watching this. Yeah, I hope this session will be an inspiring to you and also people who are looking for a time freedom or have more time with the family. This is session gonna be very useful, like how I did, and then what I'm doing it right now, and then what made me to do this. I'm going to talk about all these things at the moment. So firstly, the journey where it started is like, see, everyone start their journey to become successful, right? So I was also in a stage where I did my master's, and then in civil engineering, and after that secured a job. I worked for various infrastructure projects. So it was all going well. I felt like that's something, a success. I would see myself like becoming a project manager or running a whole project. So that was my thing. But the things have changed after I got married and I have my baby was born. The success that I literally felt the true meaning of what success is, because I knew like what my parents went through to help me to grow up and then give proper education, and then I'm in this stage, and then how much sacrifice they have done in their lives. So I know, and then I value that. And at the same time, now it's my turn to give the proper time, and then I have to sacrifice a lot of things for my family, especially for my daughter. So that's how you think. And then when it comes to success, so a lot of people think, okay, earning money or buying a home or driving a luxury car, that's success. That's not it. So from point where I used to think in that way, it changed to a point where the true success is spending the time with your kid, having food with her, and then whenever she needs time, you should be able to spend time rather than asking someone's permission to be there with her. So if for all this, again, you need money, but it has to be in a terms where you schedule your own time and then you can work for your family and then for your growth. So I think the freedom of the choice you're gonna have, and then the freedom of choice you have to take care of your family, that's what the success is. Because like, consider my kid, she doesn't matter whether I'm gonna drive a Mercedes, I'm gonna take her in a Mercedes, or whether I gonna take her in a auto or something. She doesn't care all that. All she wants is traveling with me. That's more important, and that's what the success is.
Yeah, I think they are happy even with the cardboard box, but as long as you play with them.
Yeah, that's it. That's what she needs. And I also remember like how what I used to think when my parents were working. Both were government employees, so both were not available for me. I used to stay at home all the time. So me and my brother used to play all the time. That's it. But yeah, and then we know like how much eagerly we used to wait every evening for my parents to come back home. Uh, and also there was a time where okay, when I was in my first standard, probably I was like 5 years or 6 years old. So my dad was working in a central government and mom was in a state government thing. So my dad got transferred and he moved to a different town, which was about 5 hours 6 hours journey. So in those days, back in those days, I mean, this much of public transport or transport frequencies wasn't available, so you'll have to change buses a lot. So there's a lot of chaos. Like just now, like now we book a ticket and just we go. But back in those days, it wasn't like that. So and then we used to stay in a, since it's a government job, so they used to put it in a remote place sometime. So we used to stay with mom for a few months, and then later they've decided, like when my dad got in a better place, so my mom sent me and my brother to stay with dad. So we were there for 4 years, so with the dad. So that's where we used to do all our own things, though we have a maid, but still the, like we used to do our own things. So I've learned a lot of things around my childhood itself, so managing home, cleaning dishes from everywhere. Okay, but one thing was always missing was my mom. So my mom used to come only once in a month, or sometimes once in 2 months. Okay, so those days you don't even have like mobile phones, okay, to talk to her every day. So when she comes, we'll get to know that my dad tells me like, okay, your mom is gonna come in a week time. So I literally used to count for those days. When is she gonna come, when is she gonna come? Okay, so she comes, she spends for 3 or 4 days. So I still remember I used to sleep just next to her. Like I know that she was gonna go in like one day, like in the next day morning. So I sleep, holding her tight, hug her, and then I sleep. But before I wake up, she used to make sure that she leaves back to that place, because I won't let her go. So I knew how much I was missing. And
Yeah.
then for every child, I think it's more important that spending uh time, like the parents spending time with them is, that's it, that's what they want, and they don't want anything else. So I've
Nothing.
seen that, I felt that, and I feel that my parents have already sacrificed, so they wanted to make sure that I don't have to go through, and then I don't have to be in their position. And also these things have to change in today's world. So
Yeah.
that's how they sacrifice a lot of things to give me a proper education and settle well. And if so, for example, now I've done in my civil engineering. So civil engineering job is like mostly site based. So I don't have work from home option. So I used to be on site. I don't spend time for my kid. And what's the point of having so much education, and what was the point of earning so much? So
Yeah.
again, if I am not spending time with my daughter, it doesn't make sense whatever I'm doing. It's, and whatever the sacrifice for like my parents have done for me, it's not like valuable at all. So
Ab-
that thing has to change, and it's in my hands where I can change.
yes.
So if I don't want to be in that position, I have the knowledge, I have resources, I have everything, I have the courage to do the things. More than that, I have the self confidence that I could do what I want. So that's what the success is. So I've, when my, actually that hit me when she was 3 months old. it, so I used to leave home at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then by the time I come home, it would be 7:30 or 8. So I hardly have couple of hours to spend the time with the baby. So 3 months is the age when the babies start recognizing people, they get the vision. So that's when, like, I tried to hold her as soon as I come home. She used to see me as a some strange stranger. So you can see the baby, like someone, whoever takes them, I mean, like they cry. They can sense it, because they sense with the smell, the body touch, and everything. So I was not able to give that. So that, from that moment, I used to cry a lot of times, and then I've realized, what am I even doing? It doesn't matter even if I make 10 houses or become a millionaire. If I'm not spending time with her, I think it's no point. I cried. I realized this has to change. So I just took a leap that, okay, for me, now it's high time to spend time with my daughter. At least I wanted to take a break. I didn't know what I'm going to do later, but I wanted to take a break at that moment, and also going through all this, it was stressful. I was going through like mental health things, and I realized like, no, it's a time for me to take a break, and I took it, and I started exploring things. So that's how my journey started being here. uh, so I had no clue. I just took a leap of faith. The only thing, the things have to change. Okay,
Yes.
that's what I did. Yeah,
Yeah, so Andrews, what you said is so right. A child doesn't make a difference between an auto and a Mercedes Benz. My
yeah,
best memories with my mother, we used to all come home from school together because she was also a teacher. And then she used to get watermelons in summer, right? So she'd cut the water, like slice the watermelon. She didn't even let our staff do it because she wanted to do it for her children. So she'd
yeah.
make them into like half moons, and
Uh,
then she'd ask us children to put newspaper on the floor. We wouldn't sit at the table. We'd all sit down and we'd eat the watermelons. And I tell you, that is the best memory of my childhood. So what you're saying is right. We don't need to go to a fancy coffee shop. A child
Sure.
just needs mama there eating
Yeah.
simple things like watermelon and having fun.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, that's what like the small things. Especially now, I can proudly say that I am a stay-at-home dad.
yeah,
So because the bond right now I have with my daughter, I mean, like I don't know whether I would have that same feeling for anything that I achieve in future, maybe. But
yeah,
this is the bond that I think every father wants or every parent wants that. So
Yeah.
especially at this age, the way that they talk, like the mumbling and the cute words they start talking, I enjoy every time. And the best part, every time afternoon when she wanna sleep, she'll make sure I sleep next to her. And it's so lovely that she puts her hand on my neck, she grabs me, and then sleep. She says me that, and I'm sleeping along with her in the afternoon. Sometimes, I mean,
Yeah.
like as soon as she put her hand on my neck and then grabs near her, it's a I mean the touch I used to feel when my mom used to do it to me. Like that's it's so much connection, and that's how I named my daughter, that I see my mom in her. Like, so after she passed away, we were expecting a girl child. I mean, it's okay, anyone, but I really wanted a girl child, and that's how my mom's name was Dorothy. So we named her Dora. So now, yeah, and Theodora means it's a gift of God. So that's how I see my mom in her, and then I feel like it's my turn to take care of my mom. So I give all my time to her. Yeah. So what's the point? Like, when my mom sacrificed so much things and she gave me whenever I need it, I think it's my time. I don't have to do the same thing, sacrificing my lovely time and then earn money. Money they've already earned. They gave me a proper education. I have the wisdom and courage, everything now today. So it's time for me to give that love. So that's what I'm gonna give it to my kid.
Wonderful. I think that's a good decision, Andrew.
So you see, it's not easy. Like it's.
That's what I'm trying to say. It
I'm
is not
gonna share
easy.
a couple of examples, especially this. I think this one it relates to NRIs. Okay, because in India you'll have grandparents or any relatives to
To
look after
support you.
people. Like even if parents goes out, there's always someone to show that love. But staying abroad, you don't have anyone. So just your family and your friends. That's it. So when it comes to NRIs, so young parents, what they do is either they send their babies to India because they were not able to give time. At least when they are with their grandparents, they will get like timely food. That's what they think. Okay, and they send it off and they come here. They work. I got friends like that. So both have like mother and father. They live here, and their 8 months old baby, she lives with the grandparents in India. I literally can't take that. And there's another friend, like, who's very close. I just don't want to take names because I don't want to hurt them, but maybe it's good for them to realize. So other friend, like, literally they left their child for almost like couple of years in India, and they just recently got back because the grandparents told that, no, we don't want to handle too much. It's time, take it back, take her back. We don't want her. So for that reason, they have to bring her, and then they put her in childcare. So again, the baby, they don't have the proper connection. So just imagine, that's why, like, people think, like, when the NRAs, they grow up here, either they will grow up mostly in childcare or with their grandparents, and then after certain age, when they reach like 13 or 14 years old, how can the parents expect them to be with them and then listen to them? You taught them to be individual kid, and then they want to be independent when they grow up, and then they again, from the cultural background where we are, we expect again them to, like, give all the values to the family and all. That's not going to happen, like, because you made your kid in that way, and then also don't expect that kind of emotions and attachments. If it's there, and it's well and good, but a lot of people, they miss that. And then parenting, and even if they're earning like good fortune, for me, I think it's a huge mistake. I could be wrong in their perspective, but for me, the more time, spending time with my baby, that's what I want, and I'm happy with that. And I'll make sure I'll give all my time with her, and at the same time, I'm gonna make sure like, I'm actually working hard more than my job. So,
Yes.
but the good thing is, I work in my own terms, and when she sleeps, see, for example, now I'm doing my live session, she's sleeping,
Yeah.
and I'm doing my live session here. And then sometimes, kids can be cranky, they won't be the same throughout the day.
No.
For example, if I'm working like a full back to my job, and then I'm working full time, though I have work from home option, I'll be working. But if my kid wants the time from me, and then she is cranky, and then I got important meetings here, I can't. I have to apologize to everyone in my workplace, and then give time to her, or otherwise I have to, give I mean, like, I should have asked my wife to, look after the baby, let me finish the work, and then I don't want to be in that place, to be honest. Like, right now, if she wants time, I'll do it. I'll, like, maybe late night, I'll do my work.
Yeah.
So that's how. So, but to do and to be in this position, I think, I still remember it wasn't easy for me in the beginning.
Yes.
uh, but only thing that I had that courage, I had a purpose, that why I started the online business, and then I'm making sure that I'm sticking to it. And then also, uh, this business is gonna carry it forward to my kid. If she wants to run, she will run. If not, she will have all the benefits from this. So from my work, I think, even if I have 15 years or 20 years experience, I think that's gonna end with me.
Yes.
Kid not
Yeah.
gonna get anything from that.
Yeah.
Probably the salary or whatever I earn, like my superannuation, that's what she gonna receive. But it's again, whatever I earn here, it's for her. But I'm building the whole system, and then the whole thing as a package she will have, and she will have a choice to choose or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, other dadpreneurs, please listen to what
Yeah.
Andrew is saying, because this job can be thoroughly satisfying. And you can, like, I know Andrew's, he holds all his skills. Like, he's a very creative person, also. Bina, you have any questions to ask?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, Andrews, there is a myth that, people always say what we are doing, this online business is only for women and nurses who lives in abroad, and particularly it is for women. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you made this decision to be
Yes.
at stay at home dad, to be part of this digital journey, at the same time to be with your daughter. And like you said, that is your vision, that is your purpose of
Yeah.
your life. So what advice would you like to give to our audience in that aspect?
Okay, I think it's a very good question, Bina. Especially for the people like us, like who have come from cultural backgrounds like India. We have roots connected to our cultures, right? So consider like few generations back, everyone they talk about like men are there only to earn. They have to go out, earn, and then women are for look after the household work. So that's what it was before. Okay, now after the generations have passed, this is like everyone got education. Now women have like equal rights, they have like proper education, they are settling well and they're working. And then this has evolved a lot. Now there is no difference whether, like you might, just like you said, like there will be a lot of women who are into this business. Or so why men are not much? Because it's not that, like, when you see in abroad, both men and women both work. There's no difference. Both work overtime, full time, part time, whatever. There's no difference. It's only the thing what job they're doing, that's it. But we think that okay, men is mandatory, they have to work. And then women, it's okay to sacrifice her career, she can look after the household. But it's not that. See, in my example, I proudly say that I am a stay at home dad, because I've been working so long and so busy throughout all these years, like more than 10 years. I've worked, I did, and I got experience. And then when I say stay at home, it doesn't mean that I am just staying at home. You know, I'm working as well. Okay, and at the same time, I need this break. So now I've encouraged my wife to go out. She secured a job couple of weeks back. Now she's, because she never built her career in Australia. She worked for 3 years in India and then she moved here. She was pregnant, and she is open to do the work. So I let her do. Now you build your own career until you're satisfied, and at the same time, she's working because we wanted to get more things done through our business. So it will be a helping hand if she earns more income. So so there's a lot of other things we are planning to do. So that's why she's going there, and I sacrifice my career. I took a break, probably you can say, or probably I may not go back to my professional work, because all I do is management now at the moment, because I've crossed all the small stages. So any job I take, it's gonna be management. So I've got skills and everything. I'm gonna work. So people, so when they say like why women and men, I would say, uh, I think there shouldn't be any difference I mean, in this generation, or in this 2025. At least don't have a misconception that you need to think like what you want. In some families, I think women earn more than men. For example, I'll tell about my own dad and mom. My mom used to earn a lot than my dad. Though my dad was in central government, my mom used to earn a lot than my dad. But so there was no difference. They used to pull up together and they raised us. So even like when I sacrificed my career, my wife is looking after that. She's bringing all the money to home, and whatever I earn here, even she's involved. So she is, uh, uh, like contributing for the family's growth. So we are using that money for our family growth. That's it. And if we're giving the best for the kid, I'm giving time to her. Uh, and then my wife is contributing that we could buy some things for her, make things better for her future. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
So And then coming to men, I think they all think like, okay, what would someone think like when I'm staying at home, if I'm not working, or what would my relatives think, like whether he's dependent on his wife's salary and all that. So I know, like it's practical, like people still they think.
That is the culture, Andrews. That is the way people, that
Yeah,
narrow mind
yeah,
people.
narrow minded. And also
Yeah.
when, like for example, they also judge, like just doing it. I'm sorry, I think Dora just woke up. I'll bring
Bring
her, like
up,
she's awake.
bring
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a minute, sorry. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
go
yeah.
bring up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, that he
Yeah.
thinks in this forward manner.
Yeah.
And really, when he talked about his mother not being there, my heart just broke.
I know.
It's so important. Like your two sons, you are the most important in their life. Oh, hi, Dora.
There you go.
Hello,
Hi.
Dora.
Say hi. Say hi. So
Oh,
she's the main reason for me to be here and then talk to you. Okay.
yeah,
So that's my little one, Dora. Yes, she's
yeah.
3 years old.
I love the Shark Tank song.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so if we continue with that, so yeah, like especially our Indians, they're too judgmental. Okay,
Yeah.
so the thing, like just me doing online or doing some reels, uh, that's exactly not we do. We just try to give information to the people through reels or through videos or through doing these sessions. Doing these sessions will not give us earnings. It's
Yeah.
just giving information to others.
Yes.
Okay, the people think like, oh, just doing this, I think is their job, or this is where they start earning. So that's not us. The marketing, digital marketing is a lot. So if anyone wants to do it, they have to like know about those things, do your own research, and probably, you know they have to get in touch with a proven system they have to work with, and then
Yes.
need proper guidance as well. So that's what we all do. So just seeing all these videos, as you said, yes, people think that like, man, oh, he's just not doing, he's just staying at home, he's not making any money. If I don't make money, how can I even if I give time to her, if I am not able to provide her like basic essentials, why would
Yes.
I be here, and what will I be doing?
Absolutely.
You
The
know?
only reason why we come and do these lives and do these interviews is for you to see we're real people. We're not
Yeah.
machines. We're not bots,
And
right?
also educating people, like to come out of the comfort zones, and you are not what I tell is, y- just consider your what are you worth of. Are you worth to work under your boss forever, or yeah, or you are worth, you know that well, like you are more worthy than your bosses. You do everything, like as an employee you do everything, and your boss takes the credits.
He makes the money. You do everything. He makes the
And
money.
one thing
So
I just want to say, like oh, business is something, there is no guarantee, there is no money. I'll tell you, like, okay, job and job, when they compare with the jobs, they say like, okay, job is something is secured and you have a proper income, you can raise a family. I think there is a gap where people are missing it. I'll tell
yes,
you, like the company where they work, what is it? It's a business, right?
yeah,
It's a business, and who
People
owns
are
it?
not thinking that way, Andrew. That is the
Okay,
thing.
for him, it's a business.
exactly.
People like if I'm an employee and I'm going there and I feel like, oh, this is a zero risk thing, and it's a thing where I get like stable income. Okay, I'll join. I have a misconception about business. I'll tell like, oh, business is something I don't know. I don't want to take risks whether it's gonna take care of me or not. I don't know. But job is something it's gonna take care of me. People are missing that wherever you're doing a job, you're working for someone. That's it, and then it's actually a business there.
Yes,
Okay, and then if they don't get any projects, they're not going to keep you, and they're gonna not going to pay you, so they'll
Yeah,
make you
definitely.
redundant. And that's how you see in these days people getting redundant. quite often, and there's no job security in the current
And
situation.
most
The
companies are taking course as well.
Yeah, and
the
then
whole
that's what happens.
family
Like
goes.
people, when they lose a job, again they'll have to keep looking for another job. And
Yeah,
when already there is a recession in the market, how can you secure another one? Why
yes,
would someone take you when there's already a recession to remove some staff and then hire you? It's not going to happen. You will be left out with nothing. That's, I feel, the biggest risk is uh, staying in the job forever. I think
absolutely.
the smart people will take up a job and then also work on their own terms to start up their own business. So
Yeah,
someone who does simultaneously is really good. And when they get to know that okay, business is something is gonna take care of me forever, they can quit that employment anytime and then look after their own business so that it will be there forever.
yeah. Very well said, Andy. Very, very well said. So I think we wrap up now. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell the audience?
Yeah, I mean, see, that's what I say. Like now, you can see my baby. She just woke up, and then I'm available for her, like all the time. That's what I think she gonna talk about me and how we raised as a family, that we didn't let her be alone, or didn't let her stay at home only at grandparents, or we didn't leave her.
Yes,
She will, I can proudly say that, like that's my daughter, and then she's gonna look after us later when we grow up, because that's how we looked after her, like when she's younger. So success
yes.
is something, that's what you show the love and then receive the love. It's not about making money. So
So true. You show the love and receive the love. That's
yeah,
wholesome success.
yeah.
Beautifully said.
That's it.
Beautifully
So,
said.
especially the busy parents, don't think that job is everything that takes care of your family. You are not born just to work, and then you are not, for example, you are not born to be a civil engineer only, or you are not born to be a like mechanical engineer or technician, or any software employee. You are not born for that. You are born for a purpose. So if I know your own purpose, what you want to, what you love, just follow your passion and work hard for that. Wherever you find uh, like happiness, do that.
Yes,
Don't get stuck. You are not a slave or just an employee to be stuck forever.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Andy. That was just lovely. And thanks, Beena, for being on as well. And thank you, audience, for watching. And I do hope, as Andy said, that this will make sense to you, especially all you dads out there. So
yeah.
Yes.
thank you. Bye, everybody.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye.
Cora.
Bye. Say
Bye bye
bye.
bye, Dora.
Say
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye.